Episode 14, and boy, have we got some stuff.
I'm going to scare you right there, right now. It's episode 15.
I was going to say.
That's all right. I'll keep tabs, mate. That's all right.
Okay, start us off. I'm coming in hot.
Your lost boys are talking on their pod again. So make some noise for Sam and Clive and Ryan.
Hugs and kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses. More. Lots.
Go, 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 go.
Hey, girl.
Oh, mate, you're going to put people off screeching like that at the start of it, aren't you?
I know. I'm over making a big fuss of it. It's cooler if you're just like,
fine.
Just ease into
what
it.
Up? All right.
Why the fuck does everybody hate Novak Djokovic? What is the deal there?
Yeah, what is the deal with that?
Basically, he's just a little bit arrogant, isn't it? Let's be honest. And
I thought he was a funny guy.
And also, he was Murray's arch nemesis at Wimbledon. So that Wimbledon will always remember Djokovic as Murray's nemesis, always.
Oh, I thought you said he married his arch nemesis.
Yeah, I thought you said that too. It's like,
Murray.
What is that?
Yeah, he
married Andy Murray, and now they're happily together, and women hate him for it.
Their children would be amazing at tennis, right? If they could get both of them into the kid.
Absolutely. Yeah, if they can get all that sperm in one egg, mate.
The serve of... Well, I don't know. Andy Murray he just doesn't smile, does he? There's just no charisma there. There's the talent, but my God,
he's a dour man, isn't he?
So
he's a dour Scot. Yeah.
I got something to tell you guys. I've got a massive fucking headache right now, so I need you both to man a ship for me because I'm struggling a little bit. I am.
That's okay. You need to just sort that out, mate. There's things
about
you can do about that. Two paracetamol, mate. Get some water down your throat.
Shout out
You'll
paracetamols.
Shout out paracetamols.
I think what you need to do, Clive, is talk louder into the mic. We just need to shout at each other.
Oh, please don't do that.
How you doing, Sam?
Ow. Big shout. Do you want to see what I'm wearing? Look at this.
I supporting the team.
Too tight. It's very too tight. A too tight England jersey.
So is this from like a Korean sweat house?
This is they're all from, remember this, Ryan. They're all from Korean sweatshops, honestly.
Yeah, but the minimum age in your one was probably like 6, whereas the minimum age in the official ones is like 12. So you should feel bad, mate. Some 7-year-olds.
Mine's a knockoff England jersey.
Yeah. And we won't talk about the football on this podcast.
Well, no, because you're going to go straight away and just cheat on me in your other one, aren't you? So
I love cheating on you. It makes me feel so naughty. It turns me on.
And you know what? I love knowing that you know it's happening now as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be sat watching. Well, I got to get up. I'm going to watch the game, obviously, but I'm just going to be sat there, single tear dripping down my chin, knowing that I'm not involved.
So is that the biggest?
God. Ryan, do you want to be part of the last episode just for fun?
No, I really don't.
Would that be? No, but seriously, it'd be such a good transition for everybody.
I'd rather just watch the game, and rather than have to talk to you people.
You people. Oh well, you seem to like talking to us now, mate. So I don't know what's wrong with you.
I get to talk at you, and then you're going to be like, oh, Ikevan Mingvich has got the ball now and he's passing it.
What? And it's at Italy versus England game.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean it could happen, mate. It could happen.
I would do some accents, but it's just going to get us in trouble.
Clive, mate, you sound like you're on top form today compared to last episode, which is good. How are you? You all right?
I just couldn't get a word in Edre yesterday, could I? Someone put 50p in Ryan and there was no stuff in it.
I've got a
I honestly, I wasn't feeling very well and the internet wasn't very good. And I think I tried to speak like 10 times and no one heard. And I was just like,
just talked over you.
Yeah, which is normally what I do to you guys. I've honestly got no beef, but I'm just saying, I I didn't have the energy to like fight my way into the conversation yesterday because it was too.
Yeah, sometimes when you're tired, it's hard to fight.
You two were like blah 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 blah. I was just like,
it's hard to fight the mansplaining, that's for sure.
Yeah. What? Don't use your bullshit modern terms on my podcast, you little bitch. There's only 3 men here talking about things. So
Yeah,
how
we're all
can it be
mansplainers.
mansplaining?
We mansplain
Yes.
each other.
Or
So
as normal humans would say, talking to each other. You.
we over talk like crazy, and it's fine because we'll edit it. But
I like to
reality
talk.
is-
Yeah, I like
just
to
like right
overtalk.
now,
It's
Ryan just over talks.
blah blah blah. Hey. I
Hey,
like
you
to do
say
it
that.
because it just means you got to edit more. So
It hurts my head.
yeah,
already.
how are you doing? Yeah, great.
You piece of shit.
So is that what's new on Planet Chunky Lemon though? Is basically
Yeah,
just the
why does
football.
everyone hate
Just the
Djokovic?
football.
Done.
Yeah,
and
and
who
I had a
hates?
headache.
Why do we hate Djokovic? Yeah, and Sam has a headache.
I like the guy. I like him.
Yeah, I've
He is
always
a beautiful
kind
man.
of thought he was alright.
He's
He
a
came up.
beautiful man.
He's like Serbian royalty, like legit as well. Not even like jokey. I think he's like related to the Serbian royal family.
Ryan is actually Bosnian royalty. I bet you didn't know that about him, Sam.
No, I didn't. Is that true? I can't believe it.
I was going to do a Bosnian accent. I have no idea what that is.
Do you know where Bosnia is?
Generic Eastern European, mate. You'll be alright.
Yeah, that's.
Bleep that out, Sam. Bleep that
Yeah,
out. We're
get
gonna get
rid
run
of
off
that.
there.
Right. I'm so sensitive.
I'm
now.
sorry. And now for the world's favourite segment. The Saturday thing. Oh, yeah, you just fit it in there.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep
Just
that bit
leave
in,
that in.
and then I'm gonna do the reaction. It's time for So Sweet Sinkhole.
The Cyberspace Sinkhole.
Cyberspace Sinkhole obviously is when we delve through the internet and we find interesting / creepy, weird, scary shit and we share it with each other. And even though it's like a visual thing, we try and describe our reactions to whatever it is we're seeing.
The more and more I think about it, the more and more plot holes there are in this.
Doesn't really
Well,
rhyme,
the fact
does
that
it?
it doesn't work on a podcast, it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. And this one in particular is called A World Without Springs, a 1940 classic short video.
Oh,
Are you ready?
baby. Oh, that music is loud.
Yeah.
Old school as well.
A case of spring fever.
A case of spring fever. God, it's.
God, that's the longest intro ever. That.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, but Gilbert won't be able to play with you boys till later this afternoon. He's doing some work for me.
What?
Springs. I hope I never see another spring as long
Oh, it's an
Mate,
animated
this is-
spring.
this
What is
is-
this?
Oh, you never want to see another spring, eh?
Why is he talking to me?
You were up far too late last night, Clive.
What is going on? This is an acid
The
trip. in
name's
houses.
Coily!
I heard your wish and, well, you're going
The guy's freaking out.
Jesus Christ.
Don't
This
you
is
think the effects are
terrifying.
pretty impressive for a 1940s?
Yeah, very impressive.
A world without
Oh
spring.
man, he's just disappeared. Yes, he is old man.
This is like that Simpsons episode where it's a world without. I can't remember what it is, but
Aluminium or something? A
world without salt or something.
No, it's like a type of metal.
Yeah, a world without zinc.
That coily
got
thing
pocket
freaks me out. Yeah, and it doesn't
It's
work, mate, because
horrible.
it's a world without springs now.
It's a world without springs there.
This is literally a world without zinc.
I'll be honest, so far so good. Oh no,
The blind doesn't work. without
blind doesn't
springs.
So he-
work.
He's like a spring demon, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he scares me.
He's just taking the place apart.
Guys, do you want to
Nah, I
explain
can
what
play
you've been
golf.
watching for the last
I'm
like...
trying to explain. He's about to put the phone, and now he's about to ring. Oh, but it's not really old. It's, oh my god, it's a really old dial on a phone because it hasn't got spring. It doesn't go revert back to zero. For anybody
Yeah, and
who's
the
born
freaky
after
little-
2000, that makes no sense to you. It's a ring phone. I don't know what you even call it. Oh, some good brickwork right there. He's holding a golf case now. Oh, he's trying to shut the door. The door
It
doesn't
can't shut because there's no springs.
There's no spring in the door. Oh, he's just shut it, and it's just smashed.
No springs.
Oh man, spring kids annoying me.
My God.
Oh mate, he's about to drive a car without springs in it. I'm just gonna say, I can see Ryan like to the right of me, and I'm watching in black and white, and then looking at Ryan, it's like I'm looking into the future a little bit. It's very odd.
The future. I mean, he's this guy
Oh.
that had a pretty easy acting role. He had one line, didn't he?
No springs.
This has
Right,
reminded
You know
me
what?
of I've got a.
Does
I've got
the
a
car
simple-
explode because it has like no ignition? Oh, I can't even press the pedals in because. Of the
God, I
springs.
hope so.
Oh, gee, Coyle,
I think this is it. He's learned his lesson now.
I'm sorry for everything you said.
I'm gonna be honest, Clive. I want to turn this off like right now. dude.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, no,
Also,
That's
I
going to
think
be
we
some
finished.
I've stopped
fine
it.
listening.
But I think we can agree that was a great one, eh?
It was hard watching.
It's pretty bad.
I found myself traveling, or I found myself when I was traveling was myself when I was traveling. So this is a little bit when I will go traveling because I've seen places, I've been places, I've seen things, I've learnt things, and I've come back wiser than ever. However, today I, Sam, will not be doing it. Instead, we'll be having Clive do it. For we went to Clive.
Well, you were there, Sam. You just been a little, you couldn't remember anything about Budapest because I think you spent a lot of it just crying, as I remember it now. You were scared.
If
and
I remember
alone.
correctly, we all had a moment of crying. This was just my moment of crying.
Maybe, mate. We can talk about that off mic, though. Eh?
Crycast.
No, yeah. So we went down to Budapest. Obviously, we caught the train up from Bratislava, which is
Where is Budapest? Just out of
That's the
curiosity.
capital of Hungary, Sam. So
Oh,
it's
Hungary.
right in
Shout
Central
out
Europe. So there's only a couple of quick anecdotes I want to talk about when we were there. The first
Go
one
on.
was we were pretty exhausted when we got there, and it was relatively late, and it took a little while to find the hostel. I don't know if you remember that. And it was literally
Yeah.
like someone's flat, like a good sized flat, but like
It was someone's flat, definitely.
one of the big bedrooms. They just put like 8 bunk beds in and called it a hostel,
Yeah.
basically. So,
Oh
so
my
Yeah.
God.
It was called Big Fish or something.
yeah,
Wasn't it?
and it took forever to find it because we couldn't see the tiny little name on one of those, and like really long apartment blocks, the like doorbell
Yeah.
buttons, and we just couldn't see
And
anywhere.
we were
like,
getting
where
really
it was,
agitated
yeah.
and aggressive about it.
But anyway, we got there and it was all nice and clean, and we were shattered, and it was quite late. So I'm pretty sure we just got like an early night for once. And then they came into the room like half an hour later after we'd gone to bed, and forced us to get out of bed and have shots of Palinka. That is the
Oh,
local
shit, really?
the local spirit. And I just remember really not wanting it, but they were like, "Oh, it's hospitality. It's like, hey, this is your welcome. You get a welcome shot when you come here." And I hadn't actually
What, in the middle of the night?
at like 11:30 or something like that.
Yeah,
So
it was- yeah.
and we really just were stood there in like I don't know, like boxes, just like, "Oh,
In our
great,
boxes,
thank you."
yeah.
Like,
you
and
very
it's a
much
pretty
for
harsh
your
spirit,
service.
so you drink it, and it's not just like
I think
casual.
it sucks.
Blinker's all right.
Blinker.
It's dangerous though. It's like vodka, but worse. Is that what I would describe it? with a strange aftertaste, depending on what you've got.
Was it just turpentine?
No, this one was actually quite a fancy one because I remember because I've been there before with my brother and drunk bad Palinka. This was actually quite a nice one. If it's a good quality one, it's made from fermented peach stones, so you actually see the peach stones like floating around in the bottle.
Oh,
It's kind
really?
of and
Wow.
so they gave us the good stuff, but it still tasted too strong at 11:30 when we were trying to sleep. So.
When you're trying to go to sleep. That is a nightcap.
And then we had a good time wandering around the city. We saw all the sights in the way that we're accustomed to, which means we just literally just we just death march around the city, just storming around. Literally look at the big monuments and go, yeah, take one picture, boom,
Yeah,
we've seen
fucking
it,
done it. Let's
and then
get
just
out.
like
Sounds
leave.
awful.
And then in the second night, we went to a karaoke bar, and we ended up accidentally kind of going to quite a locals karaoke bar. Like we were looking for touristy stuff.
Yeah.
Because we realised it was a locals karaoke bar because the folder of songs had pictures of people on it. Like, people enjoying themselves singing karaoke. And when we looked around the bar, we could see that like half the people in the bar were pictured on the front of the folder. So it was almost like a club that we'd kind of crashed.
Exclusive.
And, we're not like that aggro people. So we just sat and had beers. But obviously once we were pretty pissed, we decided to do some karaoke. And I got up and did Oasis's Songbird. And they'd all been like playing just like European ballads, singing them really, and they were quite good singers, and they were all like not songs that we recognized, like ballady sort of stuff. And then I got up and obviously can't sing and did Oasis Songbird.
Massacred the club.
And it was very quiet. Very quiet.
It was painfully quiet. I was sitting on the back, and it was truly agony to watch.
Yeah, this was when you were
I
crying.
filmed it as well.
Yeah, but you can keep hold of that footage because you just refused to do it because you were too scared. So you can shut up about that.
I hate karaoke. I hate karaoke with a passion. Can I tell you why?
Why, mate?
Because I've got a bit of a phobia of it, because I've got PTSD from it. And then I'd be honest,
You do not
swear
have
down on my
PTSD
life.
from
I do.
doing karaoke.
I have karaoke PTSD. Honestly, I swear down. Chris, shout out to Chris, one of the Lost Boys. His mum's house party. She just bought a brand new pad. That big place in wherever it was. You know where it was.
Oh yeah.
She had a massive house party, and then Christian decided we were drunk. We were 13 years old. Very drunk.
13?
And by 13, and drunk. Well, maybe it was 14. By that point.
That's a big difference, though, mate. Like, having a beer at 14 is just about acceptable. Being pissed at 13 is a little bit less.
But they were, like, telling Christian to get on guitar and do, like, a song. Because they had, like, a microphone, like, karaoke there, they did. And everybody was just going crazy. And they're all, like, I would say 25 upwards, and we're obviously very young. And basically Christian decided to just start doing Time of Your Life by Green Day on his electric guitar. And then I decided for some mad reason to just walk up to the microphone and start singing it drunk, and it was really loud.
I do feel that
really
for you.
good.
This is
I'm
making
drunk,
me
right?
feel awkward. Just
just to let you know, after I tell this,
Maybe you do have karaoke.
I will scream into a pillow after because I'm dying, honestly. And
this
then,
is one of those things. We've all got those things that have happened to
Therapy.
us in our lives that you just repeat over and over in your head, and this is one of yours, isn't it?
I think about this 4 times a year, once a season, honestly, because it's killing me. And then I sang it, and it was really loud, and it was very similar to what Clive just said. Once it stopped, people just stared, and it was just silent. And I went, and I said,
God.
and I quote, "Oh, didn't you fucking like that?" Like that. I was like,
Oh,
God.
Sam.
And I just walked out, and then Chris went, "Well, that went really badly," or something like that. And he was giggling. He was like thinking it was funny. And I remember going outside and I sat on the curb for the rest of the night just because I couldn't bring myself to go back in.
You couldn't go back.
Nah, yeah. And since then, I've never done karaoke. People said, "Oh, Sam, come up as your turn for karaoke." I've ran out the club because I will never do it.
All right, mate.
No,
well,
scarred
whilst
for
I will admit that does sound like a very cringe-inducing, painful memory from your teenage years, I feel like at some point you should get over that. And the best way to get over it would be to just go and do it. And live
Can I
it.
be honest with you? I've actually, over the years, I have little bits of extracts. I have planned the perfect karaoke to get over it, but it will.
Yeah, you
It
just
will be
actually
planned.
should
I
just
have
go
to,
to like
yeah.
a singing coach and learn how to sing one banger really well. Like,
Yeah, one song that's in your
concentrate,
range.
one that fits you, and just get really good at it, and then just absolutely destroy it.
Absolutely
Absolutely
hammer
slam it, drop the mic, and just
it.
go
Oh,
on
Like
to the bar and
demon
just order a
slaying.
shot.
But at the end of this karaoke night, I can't remember if Callum went up, but we were definitely just very much, I think everyone else there was Hungarians enjoying their nice karaoke club, and we were just 3 drunk 19-year-old Englishmen who were singing Oasis and just very much not welcome. And then to get a souvenir of our time there, I tried to steal the songbook, like the folder songbook that was on each.
Clive.
It was
I
on
was
each
going for a
table.
stealing phase.
And so I shoved it up my top and went to walk out, and the bouncer literally stopped me, sort of fetched his hand at me, with his fingers. So I got it out, gave it to him. He whacked me on the head with the folder, kind of playfully, and then was just like, "Go on." It was all like light-hearted, but he was just like,
Get out of here, you scam.
Get on, you
I remember when I
scam.
was a kid, if you were any older, I would have hurt you properly.
So yeah, they were the two main features. I can't remember if we went to the baths when we were there or not, because the baths in Budapest are wicked. There's some really, really nice public.
I remember
baths
going
and
to
places to go to.
McDonald's there because we got to the point. I think we got to like Prague, and we decided to make sure that we went to we went to McDonald's in every single country that we were going around in Europe. And then when we got to one in Hungary, I was a bit frustrated because I was pissed off from the karaoke. But then when we went to McDonald's, they didn't sell burgers; they sold pork burgers, and it literally said pork burger. I was like, I don't want a pork burger. It's such an
They
unattractive.
definitely
meal.
had Big
Wishily.
Macs, mate. I don't know where you're getting this from. Like, I've had Big Macs.
It's true. I
in,
remember looking at it; it was
Hungary
really
before.
pink, like it was like a skin color meat, and I was like, what is this?
Wow.
Skin
In
burger.
fairness, like, what is any of McDonald's, especially 10 years ago, whenever it was? Like,
Stop sticking up for him.
no, but you're like acting like it was all bad. Yeah.
The new McSkin.
Get yourself down to your fast food takeaway for the new Skin Burger. 100% British skin. That pink, delicious meat, ready to be scarfed down all day long. Indescript meat, real nice, real tasty. The new Skin Burger, go and buy one now.
That was Budapest, and then
That was
we
hungry.
caught-
Fucking smashed it. Dumb.
And then we caught a night train to Venice. Ooh, you'll hear all about that next
Italy.
time on Sam's
Sam's
Travels.
We all love drinking tractor wine, as long as you ain't from Devon. We will all get along just fine, and you'll feel like you're in heaven. Dorset Man.
Right, so for our 37 regular listeners, you'll be more than familiar with the fact that I am in touch with a terrorist organisation called DOLF, or the Dorset Liberation Front, that wants a free and independent Dorset. About a month ago now, they realised that, because they're a bit backward, they realised that superhero films have been really popular for like 10, 15 years. So they decided, for some propaganda, to get some support, they would write their own superhero film, which is all about Dorset and about a character called Dorset Man, who like saves Dorset from all the evil people who are trying to take it over. We read scene 1, I think, a couple episodes ago, and now I finally managed to get my hands on scene 2. So with the help of my co-hosts here on your Lost Boys podcast,
The Lost Boys players.
the Lost Boys players, we're going to act out the scene as has been given to me. So yeah, this is scene 2 of Dorset Man.
Holy heck, there is so much going on here. There's pages.
Nah, don't read too far ahead.
I'm just looking at it. I don't. You should know me by now that I can't read words with just looking at it. It looks like a picture to me. A picture of just
Clive has
scribblings.
handed us a script that is I
Right.
mean, this is Netflix. You could take this to
It's just a
Netflix,
Netflix.
and they would
Oh,
probably offer you a deal.
Absolutely.
So I'll obviously be Clive, because there's a little bit I wanted to say at the start of this one, and I'll be the narrator. But
Yeah,
Sam, I think you should be John Winter.
John
the
Winter.
local
Okay.
vet.
And Ryan, you should be Sam Mowlam, who's the local farmer.
Oh, okay. So this is we're Dorset people this
Yeah,
time.
Dorset. You need your Dorset accents. And,
I'm not.
um,
My Dorset
Oi.
isn't great, but I
or
can
whatever.
do. I can do
farmer,
local
yeah,
farmer.
Local
I-
farmer. Right.
can
So
do-
are you ready?
Yeah,
I'll prompt you when you need to come in, and I'll also play. I'll play the woman in this as well.
Right. Let's get his character. I am John Winter.
All right, you guys ready? And I'll start.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dorset
I
man.
am.
Try and sound like more heroic though, both of you whilst you're doing it. But we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Wait, am I supposed to be heroic, Alan?
Yeah, you guys are like gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see. You'll see. Ready?
Last
right.
scene was about those treacherous London types, and this is about the creme de la creme of Dorset.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point.
Got to
Ryan. Thanks.
understand the narrative, Sam.
To recap what happened in scene one, that bad guy, Villainous Londinium, was sneaking into Dorset because he wants to wake up the Cernabbs giant and use him to conquer Dorset.
All right.
And now, but he got scared off by a farmer who spotted him temporarily. So this is where we are now. And I just, I wanted to start with a bit of a warning that this is written by people who have views and values quite different from us, and it may seem sort of old-fashioned. And of course, they're trying to write propaganda, so, and they're not, they're still working on their skills. So you got to be prepared for it to be a little bit, rough.
Disclaimer.
Right. So starting with the narrator, are you ready? As the cowardly Villainius and his henchmen scuttle off to the bushes, no doubt still intent on evil, but for the moment hiding like a trio of weasels, we must now turn our attention to the hero of our tale, Dorset Man. But dear viewers, of the following unassuming characters we're about to meet at a local farm, just south of Dorchester, can you work out which one is the hero of our tale? Enter John Winter, local vet, and Sam Mowlam, local farmer, into a barn full of cows. John Winter is 6'3", 100 kilograms of muscle.
Jeez.
He has a square jaw, high cheekbones, and an imposing brow. His model good looks only offset by the thick framed glasses he wears and the battered old gilet he wears when he works. Sam Mowlam is slightly shorter but twice as broad, good looking in an earthy, weather-beaten way, a man of immense physical strength and surprising wisdom. Sam Mowlam, go.
You're never happier than when you've got half your arm up a cow's ass, aren't you, John?
Well. Well, apart from giving your wife a bloody good scene too. Yeah, alright. Yeah, there is nothing better than looking at these majestic beasts.
That is charismatic.
I'll be Samantha Mowlam. Hang on. Enter Samantha Mowlam, better known as Sam Mowlam. With your tiny cock, I doubt I'd notice anything. Narrator. The three old friends laughed heartily together. It's a well-known fact that men from Dorset are very well endowed and superb lovemakers. Shit, I shouldn't have done this because I have too many characters in a row. Hang on, I'll be Samantha Mowlam again.
Samantha.
Hello, John. Don't worry, I won't interrupt you. Just thought I'd say hi before you rush off again. I've never known a vet to get as many emergency calls as you. She kisses John on the cheek and exits again with a cheery goodbye, leaving the men to continue with their work, checking up on the cows.
It still makes me smile every time I think about the fact that you married a girl with the same first name as you.
We couldn't be more different, though. She's twice as smart as me.
And twice as pretty.
And twice as strong. Without her to help me run the farm here, I don't know what I'd still be doing.
Have you told her that?
Oh, she knows. Believe me, she knows. These times only get harder. With all the outlanders trying to flood Dorset with their pagan ways. I got it. Next page, I got it. Trying to buy up everything they can and treating us locals like malicious simpletons. Sam and the kids are what give me hope for the future. That and Dorset Man, of course.
Oh, shit.
If it wasn't for him, we'd already be awash with that. If it wasn't for him, we'd already be awash with avocado toast and self-entitlement. I always wondered that about you.
Wonder what?
Fucking hell, I've got a lot to say. Okay.
Well, don't get me wrong. Sam and I have always been proud of you for qualifying as a vet and all the great work you do at our farm and for all the animals of Dorset. But your dad was such a champion of Dorset. Way of... Oh, fucking hell.
I gotta read this more.
But your dad was such a champion of the Dorset way of life. I think we just thought one day you might continue his work.
My father was a great man. But when he died in that tractor wine distillery explosion, I decided to follow my own path. You know this, Sam. I wanted to help Dorset where I can, but I don't want to hurt anyone if I can help it.
Sometimes, if you love something
We'll
enough...
need some epic music.
Okay, I'll start again. Cue epic music.
Sometimes, if you love something enough, you have to be willing to take the necessary steps to defend it, no matter what it takes. Our perfect balance of farmland and the natural world, of open-mindedness and yet respect for tradition, is the envy of the world.
Shit, man.
If we don't protect it, it'll be destroyed.
Oh, shit. And then, sorry, narrator bit again. John was saved from answering by a phone call. It only lasted about 20 seconds before John came back.
I'll be back later this week to check up on you, you sloppy bastard. We can keep talking about the tragic death of my dad and the encore about me wasting his legacy. If you're all feeling really cheery over a pint of tractor wine. Some farmer up near Cern Abbas has seen a badly injured deer. I've got to rush up there and see if I can help.
Boom.
And see.
Did you?
I love this segment.
Wow.
I love this segment.
Did you follow it? Did you? I mean, there's quite a lot to unpack there.
I mean,
there's a
John
lot going
Winter.
on.
I think John's got some secrets of his own.
Yeah. So
Something's
just to,
going down.
yeah, you know, he's pretty big and handsome, but he's just a local vet, right? Is that what you think?
Is that what
I
it
think-
is?
Yeah.
Nah, Sam is my character is just a wise old man, passionate about where he lives.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I think John, he's got a little
I
bit
think
more on
John
his plate
could be
than
the
just
old
vetting,
DM.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I agree with you guys. I mean, I've only just read it once more than you before, but I think John Winter might be Dorset Man. is
I
just
think
what I was
John,
thinking.
yeah, John is the Clark Kent of Dorset, isn't he?
And what did you think about the fact that the character Sam Malum has a wife called Sam Malum? Did you
That's
think
classic Sam.
Did you think that
That's
was
classic
weird?
Sam
Weird, isn't it?
territory, that is, yeah.
Classic.
As a
classic
Sam
Bill.
myself, we do stick in herds, we do.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting as well. I don't, I don't know what else is interesting.
Samantha Mowler.
But
I feel
also,
bad about John's dad, to be honest.
yeah, there's a bit of exposition there, wasn't it? Sort of setting up the fact that his dad died when he was young as well.
Yeah.
I mean, what other superheroes do we know whose dad died when they were
oh,
young?
Batman.
Batman. So there's a lot going on there, isn't there?
Well,
so,
I'll tell you
Very
what, when next week you'll have to, or the week after, you'll have to tell Dorset Dolph a lot to say, give us scene 3 maybe, perhaps.
I reckon you're right, mate. Because if John Winter is heading up to Cern Abbas, well, you know what's happening up near Cern Abbas, really, don't you? As well, that's
No, I
where the
don't.
bad guys are, mate.
Is
on
it?
Scene 1, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I thought.
Oh,
He's
it's
going
of
up
course
to
it is. Yeah, it's all tied together.
He's gonna go
yeah.
protect
So
the
there might be an action scene in Scene 3. So
Oh,
you better get your sound effects ready, yeah.
Get a soundboard on the go. Quality.
Definitely need to ramp that up with some music and some wildlife noises. Definitely.
yeah, I feel like we might need to get you guys rehearsing this before we.
I mean, I skipped a few lines, and I'm quite aware of that. But I was already
I
you
went
in
from a
got
Cockney
character.
accent to a Dorset accent. I was just thinking, why don't you talk normal? Because I am a Dorset person.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could probably get away with talking a bit more normal. But I think it just Ryan's voice acting on the first one was just too brilliant when he did the bad guy, so we got addicted to the funny accents, didn't we? But
Yeah,
it's all
we
cool.
love
It's
an
all cool.
accent.
Yeah.
Mate. I think Ryan
Right,
became
we
a
got-
pirate towards the end as well.
Yeah, it was more Pirates of the Caribbean than Dorset Man, but
Dolph really know what they're doing.
Well, that was fantastic, wasn't it?
episode 15 in the bank. You're welcome.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Clive. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, fellas.
Enjoy your podcast, you
Thank-
trailing fucking assholes. Bye.
The Dorset folk and we know what we like. If you don't do what we say, then we might fight. We like to drink our cider by the sea, so don't go stealing apples from our trees.